Welcome, foolish mortals, to Drag Me to Denver, a series in which we get to know some of the fierce and fabulous drag artists that make up the Denver community. My name is Brody. I am the Disney Princess of Denver Drag, and today I'll be your ghost host. But before we get started, as always, click that like button, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and ring that bell to stay notified for when new episodes drop right here on the channel. My guest today is somewhat of an icon around the Denver community. It is Jessica Lahore.
Hi!
Thanks so much for coming on, Jessica.
I'm really stoked. Thanks for working with me and getting me in here.
You're a femme, fierce, and serving bitch right now.
And shoot-tastic.
Oh.
Shoes.
One thing I always like to start out with is, in your own words, how would you describe your style of drag?
Oh man, I would say Jessica's style of drag is like a ready for anything kind of gal. I like to have an arsenal of, if you want something from me, I can go pick it out, put it together, and bring it. So it's just like a little bit of adapting to whatever environment or space that I'm in. I like things that are time-pieced, different themes, different colors. I like having one of everything unique. I like making sure that it's not something that I can find on anybody else, so kind of ready to go.
Yeah, you're like a Jill of all trades. Just plug you in and you can fit in.
I hope so, yeah. That's the goal. If I see something that I don't have or something that I haven't done before, it inspires me to want to do it.
That's so cool. And your schedule is like the craziest drag schedule I've seen. You have bookings like every single day of the week. How do you manage that kind of schedule? And what advice would you have to other people out there that are trying to get booked more?
Yeah, I would say it's not something that's like really easy right off the bat. It's something that and I've taught my drag kids this as well. They're like, oh, my body hurts, or like, this isn't, it's really hard to do multiple in a day, but you kind of train your body and your mind to get into it. It wasn't easy at first, so 11 years in drag, 9 years full-time. Thanks. But the first 3 years sucked as a full-time artist. And I was in the mindset of, I was broke, I couldn't afford anything, I couldn't afford my rent, I couldn't afford clothing, food, gas. I was, doing what I could do, and I accepted every show to pay the minimum that I had to for bills, whether that was a charity show or anything. And I built up the tolerance that way. I needed to work to survive. Now I'm working just as hard, but I'm working significantly smarter about it. So as you gain a routine and you figure out what you're capable of with your body, or what breaks you need to retouch up, or what you're able to handle, or how to recharge your battery if you're hosting back to back, it becomes easier. Part of the reason I added fitness to my lifestyle is so that I could be more full-time. I was able to carry bags, I didn't get winded, I was able to keep up with the stamina of it. So I think part of my advice for anyone that's trying to get booked more is work as much as you want, but do it in a way that's respectfully persistent. And if the bookings aren't coming to you, create the opportunities for yourself and prove that you can work back to back. You can work every day. You can get into drag every day and make it fun. It's not a job. It's something you enjoy doing.
Absolutely, because once it feels like work, it's not work.
It's not fun anymore. No.
Yeah, totally. You also do a lot of work with social media. You're on the TikToks. You're out on the street. You're interviewing the people. What is the most memorable thing that's come up talking to all these random strangers out there? Because you do it a lot.
Yeah, we had our 1 year of doing the Ask a Queen a Question on the Street, which was just this really stupid idea when we were really high as a marketing team just to go and do. And it went so well the first time. We've done it at least once a month for a full year, if not multiple times a month. I get a lot of drunk people that ask ridiculous questions. We have a lot of unaired footage of people asking what they may think is an appropriate question or a comment that really isn't. And I'd say I haven't had any bad experiences necessarily. Most of the memorable experiences honestly come from the unexpected ones from kids. So a lot of the kids ask the most powerful questions about their identity, or what it means to be like a non-binary person, or like, why can I do drag? And then you have people like the prayer video, which was the one that took off the most when it started, was a woman just asked to pray for me, but didn't have any connotation of it being sinful or going to hell. It was a, hey, I just want you to be safe on the streets. I understand that it's not safe right now to be queer in public. So it was a very different approach to somebody praying for me, because I said yes, but I was ready for them to be like, pray for this heathen, this piece of shit that's going to, can I swear?
Of course.
Piece of shit, fucker in the butt, they're going to hell for being terrible, amen. Instead, it was more so of a, protect this human. They didn't gender me or misgender. It was protect this human on the street, they're doing work, and they're queer. It's obviously not safe. And it was very, very powerful. People go through these experiences that we don't know about, but are walking on the streets just trying to live their life and be happy until they have this moment. It's really, really cool.
That's
it's
powerful.
really powerful.
Yeah. You are literally out there hitting the streets, making change, and especially in this political climate. That's so cool of you. And another thing that you're doing is you're currently producing Colorado's Next Drag Superstar Sundays at X Bar. How is that been going? How's the competition so far?
It's going really amazing. There's 2 weeks left.
There's the reunion and then the finale.
Yeah, so it's going incredible. This has been a 4-year baby. So I announced this in 2020. I started working on it in 2019. COVID hit, and I'm really glad it hit. Not glad it hit. I'm glad that it hit and took away the project because it was not ready. I'm a big proponent of not rushing things when they're not ready to be hatched or like presented to the world, and it was not time. So it shut it down, and I was able to spend 4 years waiting for the moment, working on how I wanted to, the structure, the sponsors, and it's going seamlessly. It's so amazing. It's really cool. I'm really excited for the second season. I've already got new ideas. What I like, what I don't.
Second season confirmed.
It's confirmed. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen again after Pride next year. But more sponsorships. The what I liked, what I don't like about this year, what I would change. I love how it's going so much.
And that's so cool. Team Chase Bottoms. Oh, I don't know who said that. That's crazy. What? You have many looks, many different routines.
Yeah.
One of my favorite routines of yours, you are an elderly woman coming out, and let's just say it goes from 0 to 100 real quick in the level of craziness. What is the genesis of that routine?
I came up with that routine for Drag Nation probably back in 2015.
Okay. The buffoonery has been going on almost a decade.
And I've enhanced it, I've changed it up, but I would say it's become one of those, what I call Jessica Classic, which it's a number that isn't going to change too much from the formula that you see. The formula works, the staging of it works, the props come out at the right times, and I just progressively made it nastier, more disgusting. The reason I created that is I, one, love the elderly people, but that is the person that you see in that number is exactly who I anticipate myself to be when I am an old
just
bitch.
A hot mess.
Shitting, poopy ass, bloody ass diaper, still trying to do poppers, doing a bunch of drugs because I don't care about my life expectancy, sucking a lot of dick without teeth. I just don't care. I like that. That is the essence of this woman that I want to be.
And that's why it's so effective, because it's like such a 180 from a lot of the stuff I've seen you do.
Oh yeah, I like to throw in some buffoonery. I really do. And that's one for sure.
Absolutely. Speaking of looks and things that you've done in the past, we are gonna play a game.
Okay, I love a game. Let's do it.
The good news is it's a game you can't lose. So I went through your entire social media as far back as I could.
Oh my god.
You post a lot.
Oh
my god.
Oh my gosh, okay. That's a lot of
It took
time.
about like a decade scrolling through.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot
So
of shit.
I picked out 8 random looks that
Okay.
you've done between 2024 and 2020.
20. Wait.
I know, 2020.
2020. Oh, sorry, 4 years.
2020.
I heard 2000 in my head. I was like,
No,
24 years?
20
That doesn't even make
2020.
sense. Okay, 4 years. Okay, I feel
We
much
didn't-
better.
I didn't pull up your MySpace, I promise. I swear.
Believe me, you don't want to.
Just 2020.
Alright.
So I picked out 8 random looks that you did.
Okay.
I want you to briefly give me a description of the look. Keep it brief,
I
girl.
will try. I'm
And
such a
then
talker.
I want you to blind rank it 1 through 8.
Okay.
Ready? If you don't remember, well, there's pictures on the screen
I'll
of you in the
remember.
look. Oh, yeah, if you can't
I'll
see,
remember.
just, there you go. All right,
remember.
work. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm
All right.
so excited.
Number 1, the Barbie movie.
Okay, there was 3 looks for the Barbie movie. Which one? There's cadet Barbie or like a tour guide Barbie. There's caftan Barbie, like beach Barbie, and then there's roller skating Barbie, like jazzercise Barbie.
You can lump them all into one.
Okay. Jessica's really drawn to pink, I guess, in a lot of colors, but I love when things come out, doing my own spin on it. And usually when I get to do Barbie in any of those cases, I end up looking like a combination of Barbie and Ken. So the tour guide Barbie shows a lot of my masculine features while also being super hyper feminine. The caftan Barbie makes me think of my good sister Dixie Crystals, because we bought those matching to go on a cruise together. And my Jazzercise Barbie was actually a fuck-up outfit that I had custom made for me, and it was completely wrong. I didn't like the color. The colors were wrong, the style was wrong, and I hated it so much, so I figured, how do I make this into something that I can actually enjoy? So that's how she became a thing.
And where do you rank it? 1 through 8? Blind ranking.
I'd say my Barbie looks are like, one is being like they're the best looks ever, and 10 are like they're shitty and shitty as fuck. Is that the ranking? Tell me the score.
It's 1 through 8.
1 through 8.
8 can be, however you perceive it to
8
be.
look. Oh, these are the 8 looks. Okay, I understand now the rules.
You're just
sorry, I
blind
understand the rules.
ranking it.
The Barbie. I understand the rules now. I got too caught up. The Barbie looks are gonna go at 7.
7. Okay.
7.
Starting low with the Barbie
Yeah,
looks.
they're not the best, but they're cute.
So our next look was Baywatch.
Okay. Baywatch is really fun. We wore it for Drag Nation, and my sisters, the Shears, Lala and Amber Shears, Valerie Shears, I lived with them for a couple of weeks, and they stoned it for me because they're like, you can't go out in Drag Nation in a hoodie, we will fight you. So they stoned it for me while I was at work, and it's just really, really, really special to me. I'd say that's like a 5. My Baywatch look is like a 5.
Okay. So you have 5 and 7 filled so far. Look number 3 was Ronald McDonald.
Oh, cute. That one's gonna go to 8 immediately, only because the hair and the outfit. There's 2 McDonald's looks that you could be referring to. The one I think is the full McDonald's fantasy. I bought the hair and the costume off of Drag Swap from Facebook page. So another queen owned it. I just loved the concept of it. I wanted to have just something kooky to put into my food repertoire. So it's not really my idea, my design, it's me putting it together with my own flair. So I put it as an 8. It's a cute look, but it's not mine. It's not an original, like I created the theme or the idea.
Slay. Up next is probably my favorite look of the 8. It's a packet of Taco Bell Diablo sauce.
I swear, and I will burn that outfit into the ground until Taco Bell sponsors me. I will abuse that number every weekend if I have to, and tag them until they finally let me do a commercial for them, and let me go to the resort. It's probably going to be a 3, and that's simply because I'm very well known for the Taco Bell pussy Rito, fuck me, feed it to somebody number. It's one of my favorite numbers to do. It's an old Jessica classic. It's something that I've done for many, many years. It never misses. It never fails when I do it in any space. It's timed perfectly. It's just one of my favorites. So number 3. Diablo hot sauce is number 3. I have Taco Bell earrings. Somebody made me Diablo earrings. It's great.
Number 5 was an out of drag look as Super Mario. It's a me.
Oh, I wish I would have put that as
it was just a Halloween costume.
Yeah, we went and saw the Super Mario movie, and it was me and Lulu was Luigi, and Lulu Crystals was Luigi, I was Mario, and my boyfriend was Toad, and somebody else was Peach and Yoshi. Anastasia Crystals was Peach. We just went to the movie. I'd say I can put that as a 6.
6.
So 8,
okay.
7, 6, and 5 are taken.
Slay.
And 3.
I love that you're keeping track of this.
I just guessed, so hopefully that's correct.
Word. The next look is Jessica Lahore as Jessica Rabbit.
We'll put it as 4. I was very disappointed in this outfit when I got it. I wanted it custom made, which I did. I think my favorite part is the purse, the rhinestone carrot purse is my favorite part of that outfit, but it was not what I wanted it to be. It doesn't fit the way that I want it to. It makes me feel like I'm doing a cheap knockoff version of Jessica Rabbit rather than like the visualization of like the prosthetics hanging off the titties with the cinched waist. Like it just didn't do the fantasy for me.
Okay.
So the photo shoot was really cute. That was during COVID. We got access into the Clock Tower Cabaret, even though everything was closed, and Scotty Kirby happened to be in town, which is a photographer out of Arizona, and took those photos. So they're really great photos. I love it, but I've only performed in it once. I rarely wear it just because it's not what I wanted. So 4.
Okay. So you have 1 and 2 left?
1 and 2.
1 and 2?
Which makes me nervous.
You should be nervous because our next look was during COVID. You were Lysol quarantine cleaning lady.
Number one.
Number
I'll
one?
put it number one. And let me tell you, making digital videos was a time that really challenged drag artists. And you were either willing to do it or you weren't willing to do it. And I was one of those bitches that wanted to quit but was willing to put in the effort to make virtual drag work. Okay, I made 5 virtual videos that I interchanged and sent out to people and would participate in shows, and that was one of them where I glued the pieces on. I created a storyline, and my boyfriend at the time helped me film it in our tiny little apartment. It was very reminiscent of the time that a lot of newer entertainers will never understand what that like actual shutdown feeling was like. So I'll put that as number one. I was very happy with the presentation of that whole thing. I sprayed Lysol in my pussy.
My digital drag moment as well. So our final look.
This is number 2. What is
this? Is number 2. It's a mime from Drag Nation.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
I know exactly what one you're talking about.
Okay,
it was a mixture.
I should, because at Drag Nation, I gotta remind you. I'm like, this was a while
I've
back.
only done a mime look once, and it was at Drag Nation. It was I Write Sins Not Tragedy mixed with something. Oh God, I can't remember what I mixed it with, but that was the second part of the song. I would love to put that look way farther down on the ranking, just because it was thrown together last minute and not as thought out. But number 2 will work.
Okay, so we have your rankings.
Yeah.
If Taco Bell Diablo Sauce isn't one, let's go with the quarantine one.
Yeah,
Slay.
quarantine.
Speaking of your Instagram, another look that I found was a picture of you in full drag, surrounded by cans of Pringles. Were you sponsored by Pringles? Did you do like a paid partnership? What was going on with that photo?
I did a paid partnership with them. So when I started switching to having a social media marketing team, I started doing partnerships on TikTok and on Instagram, and Pringles was my best resulted partnership. Best payout, best response, most following gained from it. All over something really stupid of performing with Pringle cans on my hands and tasting them and whatnot. It's weird, the stuff that takes off that you don't even intend it to take off in any way, shape, or form. But that took off. That was like probably my best paid partnership that I've ever done.
Can you confirm that once you pop, the fun don't stop?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Slay.
Yeah.
Moving on, I've been to RuPaul's Drag Con several times over the years, but this year, you had your own booth.
Yeah.
That is so cool. What was that experience like, and what would you say was the hardest part of the weekend?
Oh man, I have gone as a participant to the New York one before they shut it down, and LA maybe 2 or 3 times in the past. It was very... I wondered if I was going to do this. I decided at the beginning of the year when you had to make all the purchases for the booth and stuff that I was going to go big or go home. I took a team of 10 people. I coordinated schedules, made everything happen. We completely redesigned myself as a brand, did the merchandise, did the booth setup. We took Ask a Queen, and it was ridiculously successful. I was very proud to show up in what I would consider a more professionally put together team and booth than people that are significantly more famous than me. Significantly have more opportunity on bigger platforms, have, won drag race, have whatever it is. I really showed up and showed out and proved that it's possible. The hardest part that I would say is 2 pieces. One, I tried to really balance offsetting costs of what this was by working, and I worked so much that I pushed myself too hard.
That sounds exhausting.
I pushed myself too hard. I ended up leaving LA to fly to do a gig here and flying back to LA in the same evening to then start Drag Con the next morning because I signed a contract and I fucked up my schedule. I ended up doing 3 shows after Drag Con was over and then doing 4 shows the next day after Drag Con was over. It just really wore myself out. So if I were to, I pushed myself too hard, and that's not something I like to admit. The second thing is
book some extra mental health days.
Yeah, right. The expense was ridiculous. Overall, it was a really incredible experience, and it's something that I would consider doing again, but I would approach it differently.
And that makes sense. Moving on a little bit, you also do so much work with the DIVAs, the Drag Initiative Variety Awards. I always want to call it the Diva Awards, but that's like calling it an ATM machine.
Why do people say ATM machine?
Who said that?
The M stands for machine.
So for those watching at home that are not familiar with the Divas, what are the Divas and what do the Divas mean to you?
The idea is that it puts people into the mindset of celebrating the accomplishments of other people that need to be recognized, and sometimes that little boost of even having your name on a nomination or being seen or being heard really helps thrive what you want to do with your career. And it's not about winning something. I mean, subjectively, the awards don't mean anything if you really think about it. It's just an item. It's just an item. It's a title. But it's a bigger thing to look out and see 500 people across the state that never get to see each other, never get to work with each other, might have beef with each other, might be the cutest friends or whatever, celebrating just existing for the evening and taking a night off from working to just be with each other. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah, community, recognizing community, and a lot of the unsung heroes like the staffs of the bars, the people that go to some of these shows and have supported the artists. So I think that's a really cool platform to give out to other people that might not get the recognition that they deserve.
You know, by no means is it perfect. It is. We're going on number sixth year. It is getting better and better every single year. By no means is this a perfect system. Is this a perfect way to represent everybody? A perfect way to make it, the fairness changes in terms of like, how do I make it more fair? How do I make it more transparent? How do I make people realize that, more awards? But it's a system that is constantly growing and getting better, and it's significantly better than the first year. So that's all that counts. First year was awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, it's grown and it's blossomed, and it takes a few years to find your identity and then build from there for sure.
People recognize it. They know it's coming up. They expect it to come up. They know they have the choice of completely ignoring it or participating in it. And that is really what it comes down to. Are you going to be a team player in this community, acknowledge its existence, and come or participate and vote? Or are you going to bitch, moan, and complain about it? Sorry, there's three. Bitch, moan, and complain about it and not actively be involved. Or are you just going to say, this isn't for me, I love that it's for you, and leave it alone? Those are the three categories that get every single year.
Like what you like and don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Is what I always say.
Or constructively, how do you make it better? You bitching and moaning isn't going to constructively make the event better. It's really just saying, why wasn't I picked? Me. And you really should be thinking about something beyond yourself.
For sure.
That's the point of it. That's why I remove myself from everything and I just do it.
Now, you may be Jessica Lahore. Mm-hmm. I'm a bit of a Lahore when it comes to Disney. So we got to ask you a Disney question.
Please, I like Disney.
What Disney character do you think would have the most fun at drag bingo?
Ursula. Yeah.
Why?
She can play multiple cards. She can win.
Because she's divine, basically.
I mean, that is a great drag reference for sure. I was going more so she can play 10 cards at once because she's got tentacles, and she would laugh really loud, and she's boisterous in terms of her voice, so she would definitely keep the energy of the crowd up.
Okay. My brain was going towards Pleakley, because that little alien is basically a drag queen. Yeah, from Lilo and Stitch.
He'd be so fucking
I also feel like Kronk would have an amazing time at drag bingo.
Kronk wouldn't understand bingo.
Yzma would go and hate it at
She'd
first,
be dead.
But she'd be like, whatever, I'm here, and just learn to like it.
She would be dead. She's too old.
She's too old.
She'd be like playing bingo in Shady Pines. Kronk wouldn't understand it.
That is, he can speak chipmunk. Don't underestimate Kronk.
It's not chipmunk bingo.
Word. Touche. We'll have to have Bucky Bingo with a little chipmunk.
Not Bucky Bingo!
His name
I'm
is
gonna have
Bucky.
the first drag
chipmunk's
show
name
at
is Bucky.
Bucky's gas station bingo.
Welcome to Bucky's Bingo.
Oh my god, let's do it.
So we've talked a lot about things you've done.
Yeah.
Ideal, perfect world. What is next for Jessica Lahore?
Finishing this competition, Divas Year 6. I'm a producer. I'm going to be a co-producer with Dixie Crystals for the Denver Gay Olympics that are going to be coming. That pitched, and that's in 2026. From February to May, I'm doing a 50-city tour across the country, including 3 international stops, which I'm really excited about. It still isn't 100% put together, but I keep talking about it. The more I talk about it, the more I'm determined to make it happen.
I'm doing a one city tour. Denver, hi.
Come on, Denver. Continuing branching out, I have a podcast as well, and so I'm starting 2 new podcasts that I'm excited about. Finding a new studio space to rent and operate on a month-to-month basis to have sets built so that I can do more with what I see the next level up to some of these projects that I'm working on, and I have a lot of photo shoots that need to happen. That's what's in the docket for me.
Very cool. No reality show in your future at all?
No.
Okay. Slay.
Yes, but not the one that you may be thinking of, actually. And I can't talk about it yet, but it's not Drag Race, that's for sure. It's the most ridiculous.
Below Deck.
I wish. Oh my god, can you imagine? I'm gonna go as Kelly to Below Deck and just complain the whole time.
Jessica, it has been so much fun getting to know you, having you on. Where can people find you on social media?
Best thing is going to jessicalahore.com. That's JESSICALWHOR, no E, because I'm illiterate. So jessicalahore.com.
You're illiterate, not Jill-literate.
No, not Jill. No. No legal issues here. No legal issues here.
No copyright trademarking.
But all my social media podcasts outlets are available there to find out about Zach and about Jessica.
Awesome. Well, thanks as always for watching Drag Me to Denver. If you like what you see, give us a like. Even if you don't like what you see, give me a like anyways. Drop a comment down below. Hit subscribe and ring that bell to stay notified for any future updates. My name is Brody. Thanks again for watching. Take care.